Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. I hope and pray everyone is having an amazing Monday. I want to give y'all a warning ahead of time. Anybody new coming in here? Today's not my day. Listen, I done been through the ringer all about Malcolm Jamal Warner today. I block ministry will be super strong. So just please don't come with any crazy energy. I've been so good for a week, Tyra, but I'm not equipped to handle no foolishness. I'm this close. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I hope everyone is having an amazing day and is ready to get into these Gilded Age people. Tyra, how are you today? And are you ready to get into the Gilded Age?
I
Episode
am
5.
great. R.I.P. to Malcolm Jamal Warner. That is extremely sad. We got to figure out something this week all about Malcolm because that's terrible. But all about this Gilded Age, I'm ready to talk about it because people need to be called out on their BS in this episode.
Oh, I like that. I like a call out moment. So yeah, let's make that happen. But first, let me just greet everyone. Shout out to the 44 people already here. Let us know you're here in the chat. We love to interact, and the community is amazing, and they will welcome you here. Okay. Pretty Girl says, "Hey y'all, hey Pretty Girl, good to see you. Hey Gabriella, I see you in the comments, girl, on the upload. Hope you're having an amazing day." She says, "Hi all, I'm ready to chat mess, and so am I." And so am I. Anakin, not Vader, good to see you. What's up, people? Hey, Quinn, too pretty. Happy Monday, live crew. I know that's right. I know that's right. Hey, Sarah says, good evening. I needed y'all last night when I was yelling at my TV. Fun fact, if you join the collective Discord, we watched it last night in the Discord. Most Sunday nights, we do watch it in the Discord. We're actually thinking about coming live on YouTube and watching it on the Discord on Sunday night. So keep an eye out for that. But in the meantime, join the Discord. We do a lot over there. Hey, Greta, good to see you. Hey, Rico. Hey, folk. Yes, I'm so sad about Malcolm. Yes. Hey, Sitsi, good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, TP. Hey, Tony T. Hey, Miss Stillman. Hey, JJM's mom here from Trinidad and Tobago. Okay, welcome. And okay, so we are all set on housekeeping. Everyone's been greeted. So now we can get into the foolishness, Tyra. Let's get over here and let's get into it. This is how we start every single Monday night when we talk Gilded Age. Overall thoughts of episode 5 entitled A Different World. What did you think of this episode?
Girl, and where you coming from? Yes, yes. This episode was really good. Like, this episode was tea. This episode was messy. I love this episode, and I'm loving this season so far. As I've said, it seems like every single episode is just getting better and better. I'm scared of the writing this season. Like, where are you going to take us? Wherever you're trying to take us this season, I want to go for it. It's. I don't know. I feel like they're cooking. And I know every time I say this, y'all get them comments. It's been every season. Every single episode has been outstanding, Tyra. And I love that you can stand on that. I'm sorry. This season has been executed better than all of the other ones for me. I love everything about this episode.
Oh wow. Now listen, I will like right is right and wrong is wrong. I can acquiesce to the fact that this is the best season we've had. I just happen to think all the seasons have been good, but season 3 by far has been the best. This is definitely a grower and not a shower because these last 2 episodes, they got, and then they got in their bag this one. Because I said, oh, this is the level of mess that we've been wanting and desiring in pushing the narrative forward. I am so excited for that. As far as my overall thoughts, I thought it was a good episode. I thought we covered a ton of bases. I was left with questions and I had visceral reactions, which y'all know is key for me when I'm rating anything. Did it make me feel something? And yes, the Gilded Age on last night made me feel. Hey, Belinda, I see you. She says, "This is my first time in the live. Welcome. You are
Hey,
so
oh my God.
welcome here." Cameron says, "I'm so happy to found y'all. We're happy you found us as
Yeah.
well." But let's get into it. And we go character by character, and then we'll kind of talk about the meat of the actual story. And we had some movement in the characters over here. Let's start with Miss Scott, Miss Peggy Scott, who is wanted by 2 men, Tyra. They after her. They after her real bad. again, as far as her specific character, I was really proud of Peggy this episode. I said, finally, Peggy, you stand on big business. Because when I saw that man and his light skinned child in Newport, I said, what the hell? What the hell are you doing here, Mr. Fortune? Take your kid, go find your wife, and get out of my face. And I loved Dr. Kirkland. This it's growing, and maybe this is what we needed before. Because remember, we were like, "Where's the steam heat? Where's
Yeah.
the connection?" I saw Mr. Kirkland. Excuse me, Doctor. Let me fix it. Dr.
Mm-hmm.
Kirkland put his big boy draws on and stand on business, and I saw Peggy Scott do the same. Because baby, if you going, I'm not. I'll go right back over to 6th Street or wherever the damn Van Rhijn house is, and I'll sit over there before I take this trip with you. Tyra, talk to me about Miss Scott's evolution and what you thought of her this episode.
Girl, Miss Scott was standing on business this episode. I said, not Miss Scott going, maybe if I stand still, he won't notice I'm here. I said, Peggy, he see you. He sees you already. I'm loving this because I told you that I was nervous, but it feels like we're getting some go between, which is great, to where we're not completely leaving her ambitions and her work and her writing by the wayside, and we're still getting love interest to where she's not just kind of living vicariously through Miss Brooks for a little bit, just for a little bit. But no, it's like she has her own narrative in every single way, and I thought this was here. Baby, Dr. Kirkland said, not on my watch. I see what's going on here. I see what you're trying to do. Not on my watch. This was great. This is what I was waiting on. And I think it's because we're, far away from the Newport streets. We're just chilling. We're hanging out. We're on a casual date and we're talking. I feel like this was cute. This was cool. And I like that Dr. Kirkland, like, yeah, I'm putting my stake in for Peggy. I want Peggy. Who are you? And you're married. Get out of her face. I was like, absolutely. Absolutely. Boy, don't make me take off my ascot. I swear. I see this is great. Yes, Peggy. But I just love Peggy was like, oh Lord, if Peggy could have slid down the wall, she would have slid like, oh jeez, if I just stand and be still, maybe he won't notice I'm at this ball game. Please don't talk to me like, oh Lord, it's coming over here. Girl, Peggy was down on the inside this episode, and I was living for it because this isn't over. We have to deal with this. Like, oh, he coming this way, and he always wanted all of this. Oh, I want to go do it myself. Say, oh Lord, Peggy, get it together.
And we will get into the diabolical nature of a Mr. Fortune in a later slide. But I love this episode because I can see growth and charm, or growth and maturity in Peggy at this point, because there was a time when Peggy was going to fold all about Mr. Fortune. And I like how she stood firm. She stood on bid. This is telling me that we've had evolution in her character from season 2 to season 3. I love that they gave this to us, and Mr. Fortune can go directly to and I stopped sending people to the hot place, Tyra. But Mr. Fortune, where is your wife, sir? But we're going to get to it. Because
this was not, but that Mr. Fortune, that's a bygone era. This degenerate here, this Mr. Fortune, this is a totally different man. We're going to talk about it.
Clearly, we'll get to it because you all the audacity, all the gall. Ada is slipping further into psychosis, and I want her to be admitted into the sanitarium at this point. Ada, and we'll get to the seances of it all later on, but she is literally unhinged. One moment she's crying and she's in a ball and she's doing the most. The next thing, she's so excited and elated, and Miss Brooke and Jack, oh, I'm just so happy about the world. I want Miranda to sit down, find her bearings, Tyra, and ease on down the road. And I mean, we saw a little bit of movement at the end, but I'm scared for her. I'm scared for her, and I'm scared for her fortune. What do you think about Ada this episode, and where is she going?
I wasn't mad at Ada. Ada is doing exactly what I said she was going to do. I told you she was going to host this little seance, and hopefully maybe there's a window where she can say her goodbyes or her piece to her husband, and she's going to come up out of that black. I feel like we're making progress. The moment that she hands over all fame and fortunes in the sake of, can I talk to my husband? Then we'll talk about, having her committed. She's still holding on to her money. They ain't living in the gutter. Ada's coming along. It's just taking a lot longer than we thought. As long as she's still she ain't wrote no checks. She ain't, the money's still intact. As long as the money is straight, I'm gonna let her grief in her own way. And she's
I'm
not trying to
not.
project it on to the people in the house, because don't be coming up on me about this alcohol, Ada, please. Other than
We
that, I'm going to leave Ada alone for now.
we ain't seen the temperance no more, Tyra. Where's the temperance at? Like, where's the temperance? She left that up for the seances. Like, I feel like every pet project she gets, anything that she feels is going to bring her comfort, she's just going to dive headfirst in it. And I want to get a hold on it before she loses everything. That's my
I mean,
scare.
she not, because she did. Like, because I when I tell y'all, we gonna get to, when I tell you I was watching that lady like a hawk, said, don't you get that lady that damn watch. Did she get she got the watch back, right?
Did the lady steal her husband's? I think she took it. I didn't see her give it
Did
back.
she
Was there a
good?
scene that says she took it back?
Oh,
I'd have to rewatch it carefully,
I have to
but
go back.
because that was the connection, right? She needed a
Yeah.
point of contact
Mhm.
to find out the obvious.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Ada's so damn gullible. Oh God, just ease on down the road. Meanwhile, Agnes is just as hateful and ornery as she wants to be, Tyra, because no one's happy about Jack getting this deal. Agnes must be stopped. She must do serious hard labor on the railroad, because there's no way you would be against the fortune of this young man who serves you faithfully. Like, Agnes is ridiculous, but beyond the wedding, right, that she feels lied to about, on Jack is like compounding the issue. Agnes just feels, in my opinion, that she's completely out of her depth and that everything is changing too fast. You're moving too fast for me. Like, she can't handle it, Tyra, and she's pissing me off. Agnes used to be one of my favorite characters, but the redundancy in this agitation she has every single episode, it's wearing thin. And I know there's more depth to her. And I want us to explore that. Like, when are women getting the damn vote, Tyra? Talk to me about Agnes.
I don't know. I was gonna say that, unfortunately, where we're having a character like Peggy flourish, it feels like we've subtracted from characters like Agnes, because Agnes is a hot mess, but Agnes is never wrong, and she's a great character. It kind of feels like she's taking a back seat. I don't know if they know what to do with her just yet. It's Agnes. Like, you have to do something with her. I just didn't think it would take this long. Like, we understand you're miserable. I don't
Hmm.
have the money. The aspect of Jack or anybody getting any money is just unheard of. It's too much changing. You're taking me too fast. But it's like, okay, what now? I really hope that we're not going where I think we're going, where we need to have Ada slip and fall in the mud on her face, all about her money and her coining that husband, to put Agnes back into her position. And it's just like, oh, all is well and right with the world again. I want to see Agnes get active in a different way, because we know who she is now. It'll be nice to see a different side, or her tap into a different side of herself in general, because things are different for her now. She's literally a lady in waiting in the house of money. Like, I'm just waiting until I get my money back.
Hmm. Yeah, and I hate that, because I know that these characters, like, they didn't take their time to develop these characters and let us see different sides of them, all to really rest and reside in that fact. And I get that's the premise of the show, right? We're seeing parallels in status, in class, in wealth, and all of these different dynamics. But I think ultimately there is more to Agnes than that lack of
Mhm.
coin and her lack of control or power. And I want us to explore that more, even if we got like a heart to heart with her and Oscar, like really breaking down how she felt. And I get it's a different time, but I think there's a way to convey more with her character than what we're getting right now. I hope that's something we build on. We've got 3 more episodes this season, so
I would say, even if they wanted to get messy, like that moment where she came back and she was mad at Cece, like, who are all these people in the front room? What's with the seance? And I thought you were going to be gone. Well, no, I got turned away. Like, why aren't we experiencing things through her eyes, to where she's trying to be in the spaces like she used to be, and she's being shunned like some of the other women? I think that would rightfully put her in that Marian, the cousin, like, put her over there on that other
right.
side, to realize that you don't have that money. You're on the outskirts of society, just like everybody else. We haven't gotten over there neither. I don't know.
We haven't. And I'm really wondering about her position, right? Because I mean, she is a widow, so that's a little bit different. But now she's penniless, and Ada's really been the one saving face and saving the day. Because I'm not sure how many people in society really know that the Van Rhijn fortune, is gone, and why they should have to, other than the staff. But, easing on down this road, let's get over here to Miss Brooke. You're Snow White, Tyra. And this polite affection. I am so over this little lukewarm, like, what? And I fear you may have been right about Larry. The debauchery, the house of ill repute, the brazen huzziness of it all. Tyra, I was outdone with him last night. I really wasn't. I have a slide for that. But Miss Brooks said yes. He proposed. And now she's going to be Sadie, married lady, but is she? Because really, I feel like this is third strike, you're out. I feel like she's going to be a spinster. She might as well pack it up, get a room next to Aurora Fane in Newport, because Bertha's never going to let this happen. But for the moment, Miss Brooks seems excited. She seems happy and acting just as dumb as a box of rocks with no idea of her surroundings or who she's interacting with. Tyra.
Why are they wasting our time? This just doubles down on what we always thought. I never thought Miss Brooks should be our POV or introduction to the show. Granted, the little meet cute with her and Peggy, it served its purpose, but it should have never been that, because this is maybe the one portion of the show where I'm like, okay, let's go and get back to the tea. If I thought for a second that this was going anywhere, I swear I'd stand. I know it's not. So the fact that we're going all the way, I'm like, how many times Marian got to get proposed to? And this is the third time. Every season she gets a proposal, and we see how it ends. And it's like she doesn't like desire anything from Larry. It's not. It's just like, oh, okay, like
I'll do it.
he did nothing at all. And I understand, the quick courtship, but Larry has done nothing, shown nothing, given nothing. Like, girl, request something for them. It's just like, yes, okay. And her maybe looking for that window of, oh, you're not who I thought you were. Like, girl, that's what happens when you don't ask no questions, and you getting kissed on in the back of the horse and carriage, ma'am. Like, I want more for her, because I know Miss Brooke has a lot of potential of who she could be as a character. We just haven't took the time to take her there just yet. I don't know what they're waiting on, but it haven't happened yet. Not for me anyway.
Tyra, they haven't taken it there yet. And I just feel like she is just a shell of her former self. The other Marian asked questions, right? The other Marian would have pause, would really be trying to get to know Larry for who he is, not just stealing kisses any chance they get. This just seems so superficial and less than, I think, what the show deserves. And I really want to know what the point is, because girl, you don't love this man. You said it, I'm cautious. Like, he loves me, but I'm cautious. And at the end of the day, Larry don't love you either, quiet as is kept. And I believe that this will be a Neverland wedding, Tyra. This is a wedding that will never land, literally. But, easing on down the road, no progression with Miss Brooks. She's just a wet sock at this point. The Russells, listen, his name now and henceforth will be Chicken George. I cannot fool with Mr. Russell anymore. He is perpetually on my list. Someone was in my comments like, you're giving him all the bruff because he's a man. Shut up. I'm not. They both get this work. My issue with Mr. Russell is that he has purported himself, at least with his family, to be a good man who cared about and loved both his children and his wife, and he's nothing of the sort. These are old maiden shoes. They're nothing of the sort. I can't trust him as far as I can throw him. I think he's moving recklessly in business. I just think everything we've known him to be up to this point over the past 2 or 3 episodes has been completely derailed. Talk to me specifically about Chicken George, Tyra. What do we think?
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. He's putting the blame somewhere. The blame has to go somewhere. And Bertha, you're the only one that's here. He's not taking any at all, any responsibility for his actions that led up to this, because Bertha's only done what you've allowed her to do, and then some, and you've allowed her to run amok for quite some time. But now that it's affecting you, But it's not even anything that Bertha did. Your business is being affected all on its own. I got to put the blame somewhere, and you're the closest thing to be hit. Like for him to go at her, like you did this. Like, excuse me, you were right alongside, and you didn't question any. You're very complacent. You're very very complacent. Oh, I just don't want to ruffle any feathers type of man. But now that it's hit his, that's all he ever cared about though. It's always about the pockets. Always about that money. I am more surprised at the financial situation and how he's moving so recklessly. That I'm surprised at that. Their little relationship, that's that. The money part, boy, Mr. Russell. The money part is crazy. I'm really surprised at how close he's cutting it to where you could be on the street tomorrow if this goes astray. That's crazy to me.
In all of the warnings, I mean, you've got it. JP Morgan, Clay, the one you fired this episode, everybody has told you that this could result in ruination. If you don't change course, if you don't make some other decisions, if you don't relax, this is going to go belly up, or at least has the potential to. In the past, we have seen him as a pioneer and a trailblazer as far as industry is concerned, but he also hedged his bets and moved smarter than this. He always had a plan and was steps ahead. Right now, this don't look good, Tyra. This does not look good, especially at the time in history that we're at and in. I don't like it. And let me grab this super chat before we get into Bertha.
Hey,
Dane, welcome. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Hey, Tyra and Ashley. Just dropping to say rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner. I was shocked when I heard. So was I, Dane.
That's very sad, especially with us getting Felicia this season in the show. It's like, oh no.
It's just like, my God. I just was like, Lord have mercy. Oh, God. Now, let's get on over here, Tyra. Let's get on here for the Big Bertha, your favorite. Big Bertha with the big bustle in the back. And she's just as evil and menacing as before. The way she showed her whole ass in this episode, Tyra, I said, oh, you a city girl now, Bertha. Oh, okay. You a city girl. Because when Mr. Russell said, oh, you done made me a cuckold in my own house, I said, Mr. Russell's a cuck. Like, y'all, this was beyond. And they always have their little secret arrangements. Well, invite him over for dinner. You smooze him up. He said, but damn, Bertha, was you going to spread eagle on the table and pop that coochie for him? Is that what you were going to do? This is what the conversation gave. I'm paraphrasing in 2025 speak, but Mr. Russell was perturbed. Oh, you finna make me a cuckold in my own house. You not giving me that cat, but you going to flirt with this man in front of me? Like, Bertha was out of control. Outside of that, I don't give a damn about Gladys. Gladys over there, and she's fine. Don't worry about Gladys. Gladys can worry about herself. Again, just further perpetuating the narrative that she's terrible. They did try to redeem her later in the episode with Aurora Fane in Newport, as far as the invitation. It's not enough, Bertha, because you wasn't leaving the party ever, threatening to leave. Girl, Tyra, talk to me about
Girl, I wasn't mad at Bertha. Excuse me? What we mad at Bertha for? We're mad at Bertha because it didn't work. Any other time you want to parade the wife, he always gives Bertha the look like, yeah, Bertha, sick 'em. Get on out there, do your stuff. Strut like a peacock and get this deal. It didn't work. Now, what that man had love for, Bertha to spread eagle one time on down at the mansion or wherever he lives, absolutely. But she's doing exactly what she's always done. He's upset because it didn't work. Like, oh, look, another failure. Boy, get off my tit, George. There's that. Bertha, the uncaring, unconcerned mother. I mean, what's new? She's fine. She's fine. Gladys is fine. Who cares? Like, I got places to go and people to see. Like, she's cool. She does not care. I don't have an issue with Bertha. As I said multiple times, Bertha's picked a side and she stands on it. Mm-hmm. It's George who always act indifferent, as if he doesn't know which way. And you're embarrassing me. No, you've embarrassed yourself. You allowed it to get to this point, and now it feels like things are just completely out of control. The money, the children. Oh, Bertha, I blame you. You need to blame yourself. But any other time he wants her to come downstairs and strut like a peacock in a pretty dress to make the deal, she put a little sauce on it. I ain't mad at Bertha.
Girl,
should have flashed on that cat
to greet that
man. Should have flashed on that muscle cat underneath the table. It might would have got the deal.
Yeah, because that deal went to hell in a handbasket. The deal went nowhere fast, even with the flirtation. I said, what are we doing here? She came down the stairs to greet that man intentionally late. Like, I'll walk you in. I'm just getting downstairs as well. Meanwhile, Gladys, why do they have Gladys in this horrendous dress? I put this picture here specifically because of all the color combinations in all the world. And y'all know I typically adore the costuming and wardrobe. I hated this look. I was like, is she a peacock? Like, oh God, I didn't like, she was trying to keep up with the fashions, honey, and the fashions were not fashioning. In this episode, we get to see Gladys floundering, which I knew was going to happen because she's not prepared to deal with these English aristocrats. She's not. Like, she has not been trained. She's not prepared for it. And Lady Sarah is running that house, her and her husband. Gladys doesn't stand a chance, and at this point is actually going to lose her maid, the only somebody that loves her, Tyra, that's there in helping her through it. And my thing is, Gladys, girl, you are the woman of the manor. You don't have to listen to this hoe. Like, I need her to find her voice and put on her big girl panties and make something happen. But again, ultimately, I blame Chicken George and I blame Big Bertha because you left her ill-equipped to handle this. Outside of that, she does write home for help because she's having a miserable time, and that's all she knows to do. She doesn't know how to stand on her 2 feet, Tyra, and that's the worst thing you could do. Marry your daughter off who is completely insulated, has no voice, and doesn't know how to operate. Tyra, what you think of Gladys this episode?
Girl, so it wasn't just me. I said, why do they have Gladys running around looking like Crimson Peak in this grim haunted mansion? What is happening? It looks very haunted mansion all around Gladys' neck. Oh, poor thing. Like I would love for Gladys to stand on big business without needing to write that letter, because realize who you are. You do have power here. You have power. You're bringing something to this family. They needed you. That's why they outsourced. Like, Gladys, girl, stand up. Come on, Gladys. But after we've been downtrodden by our own mother for all of our life and all the decisions were made by her, like, she doesn't know her power or know who she is as a young lady. Like, she's just stifled. And it's sad. I was like, girl, they need you. Like, girl, if you don't stop on this heifer. But it's soon to come. If we need, to reach out to Mama to make that happen, fine. But I'm expecting Gladys to be exactly where she is because they didn't prepare her. At least I thought she would have prepared her for that. If X, Y, and Z happens, know that man is yours. You handle him accordingly. Blah, blah, blah. She just sent her packing on her way without anything. Poor Gladys.
No guidance. Just out here in the world, no guidance. Just, oh God. And finally, Larry. Now, I have been Team Larry since day one. I've been down since day one. And this episode, child, Tyra, I listen, I can't abide it. When he sat down with his daddy, the one who raised him and paid for his education, and said, "What's in it for me?" I said, "Oh, I was so wrong. I've been wrong. I have been wrong. I'm really wrong. My discernment be cooking." Y'all, when he escorted Jack into that house of ill repute, of sin, squalor, and degradation, Tyra, you trying to turn him out? You trying to steal that man's money? You already took half. You want the other half? I need a safety check. I need a wellness check on Jack because we don't see him after that. We don't see him after that night. We see Larry pop back up, but I mean, he wants a lot of moves here. What's in it for me? I'll go and I might invest in your little business, daddy, because now I'm rich. I got big money, but I want to get married. I want my eggs cracked, right? Like I want my seed spreaded, and Marian is that girl. I'm going to bring her over. All right. But how's mom going to feel about it? Son, leave it to me. I've got you taken care of. Chicken George can go. Oh God. Larry is just blissfully ignorant at this point. They're calling it a bachelor party, if that's what you want to call it. He knew everybody's name in the Haymarket. He said, "Oh, you want a man? You want a woman, Jack? What you want? You want to gamble? You want to see little people boxing over here? I got something for you. Anything you want. This is your den of pleasures." I said, "Is he the devil? Like, you can have all this." I was so aggravated by Larry in this episode. I hated it. Tyra.
Who said Larry was trash? Me, that's who. I told you Larry was trash. Larry walked into that hay hole hey ho house like he was on a damn episode of Cheers. Sometimes you wanna go
Wanna go
where
where
everybody
everybody
knows your
knows
name.
your
Hey,
name.
yeah, and they're always he was extra familiar. You wanna go where everybody know. He been frequenting this hey ho house for quite some time.
Well known.
That's what's been happening. Like I told you, Larry had a lack of direction after the little. I want to be an architect. Where? We ain't seen you architect nowhere. And when you had the job and the opportunity, you slept with the lady. Like this isn't that. And then we basically fall into some money via a connection, but through Jack's hard work. Like, oh, Larry is trash. I told you Larry wasn't ish, and I'm gonna stand on it. I was not surprised that he was frequented the whole house enough to know. Yeah, I see a face. Yeah, I
I've
know.
never
But
seen that face
no,
before.
no, every face, every person was accounted for. An avid goer to the Hey Ho house. Okay, yeah, I'm not surprised. I'm more alarmed with the money situation because we keep talking about it, and oh, he's coming to this, and Jack. I need cash in your hand, Jack. Cash in your account, Jack. Cash in your possession. Because we're
Yeah.
talking about the money, and I haven't seen it placed into Jack's hands as of yet.
No,
So I
and we
would
need
be,
conversation around that. We do.
I need it because I don't trust Larry. Never have.
Well, I'm hoping that the people who bought are sending him directly his own check and it's not going through Larry. But hell, we don't know. Dread Shinobi, listen, the Haymarket seemed fun. I need to dress up like Mr. Peanut and meet them down there. Please don't. Please don't. There is
Mr.
sickness and
Peanut.
disease in that Haymarket. I know by the cut of their jibs what them people are carrying down there. You don't want that. That's not what you want. But now getting into the episode, listen, we arrive at the estate, at the manor. She's like, this is a long carriage ride. He's like, oh, we've been on the grounds for the past hour. This is all our land. And then all of a sudden, I hear loud thuds. And I'm like, what is that? Why the hell are they throwing those roses that hard? If you love me, don't throw anything at my carriage because I feel like I'm being accosted. I was scared for her in this moment. I felt like this was subtle foreshadowing for the future again with Gladys, that this is not going to be all roses. Talk to me about her entry and why are they throwing so hard? It was aggressive. I didn't like it.
Not the aggressive rose throwing. Child, I didn't read too much into the aggressive rose throwing. My attention was on their interaction. I didn't know how this would be. I thought it may be a little cold after the forced, or whatever you want to call it, moment, because we need to consummate this marriage. As Ashley said, we need blood on the sheets. I need proof. Oh gosh. But it's warm here, and I'm getting what I thought previously. I don't think he's the issue. I think the sister is going to be the issue because she's used to being the lady of the house, and that's no longer here. It looked for a second like Gladys, like, oh, like this is kind of a warm or a lukewarm reception. But if this is all the grounds, it was like all of this is mine, all of this is ours. Like, oh, this may not be as bad as I thought it was. And then it's like, yeah, wait till we get in there and get a whiff of that sister. But they seem fine on the way up. But if we don't have a backbone to stick up to that sister, then Gladys is clearly on her own.
Gladys doesn't stand a chance. Like again, because it's not even just the age difference, because there is a age difference between the
Mhm.
Duke and his sister and Gladys. Gladys is what, 18 years old, I think.
Yeah.
And going there again, just not wary like of the world and who people are and how they move in the world and how they might treat her poorly because she's kind of been in a gilded age, pun intended,
Shelter.
right? Very sheltered. And so it's like, what do I do with this? And then how do I make this staff who's been serving this family for years in this community now rally around me? How do I elicit their support? I see a super chat, but it didn't come in through the thing. So I'm just going to read it. TNT Bandit 5. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. The way Tyra says Larry, like, will always make me giggle.
Larry.
Super chat. We appreciate it. And check on your side, Tyra, because for some reason, like they're not. I don't know
No,
why they're
I
not
see
coming
it.
through.
I see it here on my side. I see it.
Yeah, it's not coming up for me on this side. But anyway, I saw it there. Let us get on over here. Clay is out. And Larry is in. We see also at the beginning of the episode, of course, Larry making his plans, plain as far as wanting to marry Miss Brooke. And
Mhm.
I honestly thought Chicken George was going to invite Larry in and be like, listen, I need some money. I know you came into a windfall. I know you got that bread now. Son, I'm going to need some of that coin. But basically says, Clay couldn't close the deal. I had to fire him all about JP Morgan Chase. He ain't see the vision. And quiet as this kept, Clay has always been kind of playing in his face, but he's been a strong enforcer, right? Because even when we were doing the strike with the labor unions last season, Clay didn't believe in Mr. Russell and the vision and the plan that he had for that, but it all worked out. And so now again, we see Clay coming in, not being able to close the Morantz deal, because remember that Mr. Russell doesn't want the mines. He just wants the land in Arizona for this railroad that he's got in his heart to build. And so now he's talking to Larry, and Larry sits down and is like, yeah, came into some money. I got a cute coin now. Who knew this introduction with Jack, a footman, was going to make me, even richer? And Daddy says, well, listen, I need your help. And he says, well, what's in it for me? And the look of pride that was on Chicken George's face in this moment, like, that's my boy. Every day you're more and more like me. Again, this was another note. I was like, damn it. Larry's bad. And Larry said, what's in it for me? Well, this, and this, you could have a percentage, a piece, whatever. And he says, hey, I'll do this for you, Dad. And if I like it, if I like how everything looks, I might invest a little coin in it. And, just give me the report so I can do my research. But I'm asking Miss Brooke to marry me, and I'm going out with the fellas tonight. So, because now Larry is in the position of power in running things. This was the oddest exchange between a father and son in that time that we haven't seen between them before. Tyra, do you think that Larry looks at his dad crazy now because of how he's seen Bertha treat him? Because this was really like the son sunning the father to me in this moment.
Larry gets on my nerves. Larry gets on my nerves. Larry was going to look at him sideways, period. I was just really surprised at Larry is your smoking gun? Larry. That's who we're trusting to go on down and make a deal, regardless. When have we seen Larry in a business sense? Period. Where? Did I miss something to where it felt like, oh, you know what? To go make sound business decisions on my behalf, check out everything, close some deals. I'm gonna send Larry. You sending Larry? Are you sure about that? Do you know you have 30 minutes? I don't know. I don't know. I do not trust Larry as far as I can throw him. It was so distasteful for him to even utter, what's in it for me? But like I said, Larry being in the house with these two parents, something had to rub off on him. And the fact that he was proud of that, and it wasn't like, oh, Dad, of course I'm going to be here. What kind of relationship is this? This transactional relationship. This was tasteful. Clay playing in his face or not, Clay was still trying to move with a bit of calculation because, hey, you might want to, well, what about, I don't need any rebuttal. I just need someone. I just think he's been told for so long what he can't do, and he's going to let ambition and trying to prove other people wrong. But see, you thought I couldn't, and I did it, and I made all this money. But what if you don't? What if you don't? And then what? You really want to gamble on that? I don't know. I really don't know where this is going, but I was like, oh, we're at the bottom of the pits if we're sending Larry to close anything.
Oh God. I mean, he did the bridge last season. He's gone on little tasks. But yeah, this architecture degree, I don't know what he's doing in architecture. He wants to be an entrepreneur. And now we're over here, and it's official because, bring Miss Brooke over, and I'll handle everything with your mother. Yeah, right. Yeah, right, Chicken George. Engaged to a degenerate at this point. And look at her in her Sunday best, Tyra, in this pink fluffy hat. Miss Brooke is ready to sign her life on over to him. Because in this proposal, y'all, Miss Brooke didn't hesitate. She didn't have no qualms. She didn't say, She didn't say, huh. She said, yes. Yes, I'll marry you, Larry. And forget everything we had said earlier in the season about your mother. How's everybody going to feel about this? I don't know if this is a good idea. To now it's yes, I'll marry you, Larry. And of course, Larry's like, okay, but Bertha gets there and she's looking like, what are we doing here? You're so soon. Like you're getting married now. Yeah. After I get back from Arizona. Oh, you're going to Arizona. So now I just don't know anything. So Bertha's in a place because she feels completely out of the loop, and Larry's elated, and George is acting like he's happy, like he doesn't know the hellion that his wife is. Tyra, talk to me about this moment and why everyone is choosing to live in delusion like this wedding is really going to take place.
Everyone is fine. What I don't need is Miss Brooke to be here. Yes. Yeah. Where is your discernment? If you didn't have anything prior in those seasons, you had strong discernment of what you did and didn't want to do. All of a sudden, just because it's later, I think the show wants us to coast on their little cheeky, flirty moments in prior seasons. Like, hey, remember who you are. Like, no, we were never that, and it still isn't that. So I'm not going to just swallow that this waspy engagement is just something to fawn over. It's absolutely Team Larry. Oh, baby.
I put that up just for you.
Larry. I don't, even in the moment where it's just all so quick. I think she's coming off feeling embarrassed about the engagements that never were or the marriages that never happened, to where, I have to follow through with this. And I would think she would be more cautious, because a third time, a third time of not making it to the altar, that leaves an impression. So I would think she would really have the most discernment with Larry, but no, we're moving full speed ahead with Larry because, okay, yes, and you're leaving, but I thought that, yeah, I would take you and all, but it's a whole house. It's a man only. So yeah, I would have took you though. Larry, please. I don't know why any alarms aren't going off in the family, or Larry at least saying like, "Oh, father, you want to send me? Why? What's wrong? What's going on? You send me where for what? What's in it for me? Because I'm Larry. I'm known to close deals, aren't I? No, you're not. Ugh, you're not. But this is. It was Mr. Russell ready to stand on business, all about their engagement. Like, now a warning. Now you want to stand on business because I can't fail Larry. Not the way I failed my baby girl all the way down there in the rat-filled dungeon castle. Yeah, let me stand on big business about Larry's dynamic. Larry didn't need you in that way. Gladys needed you, and you left her high and dry. This is not the time to stand up, Mr. Russell. Please.
That's what I'm saying. Larry is a virile, young, strong man who's got his own coin now. He doesn't need your help. He can abscond and run away. He don't need an inheritance at this point. He can do whatever he wants to do, but he's going to acquiesce to the pressure because at the end of the day, what I'm discovering more and more is that Larry is a playboy. And Hollywood Sunshine, he would be a good catch if he was noble. But I'm not inclined at this point to think that Larry is the noble man that I thought he was. Oh God, I just think he's a degenerate and he'll be slinging dingling all over those streets. And we got a hint of it with the widow, right? He was living his best life over there. But now child. And I see the preview where Marian is like, oh, you were in that, dungeon hoe factory over there, which isn't enough. There's got to be more to it, Tyra. What?
I really feel like Larry will be the one to have this clean cut, pure, I'm supposed to be as pure as the driven snow. Pure as the driven snow outside. And that's my little well-kept wife. And he's going to go off. And as soon as she has a rebuttal, well, baby, I make the money. So I have, the power here. I think he would really play those dynamics with Miss Brooke. Maybe he doesn't know it yet because he is trying to come off as noble, but growing into himself and being a part of this type of society for so long, I think it's affected him to where he would treat her like a lot of the other wives that we see who were just, oh yeah, Marian isn't that. I don't know why they're trying to turn her into that just for right now, but she isn't.
I mean, definitely it's giving that she is the docile crumpet who's just going to take whatever he gives and that's what he wants. Now, listen, I'm just following the clues, Ashley. I don't know. It's not fully confirmed, but something in my gut after last night's episode was like, Larry is hell in these streets. It was the knowingness he had in the den of sin, y'all. It was the, hey sis, I see, girl, I'm back. Saw you last night, but I'm back again. Like he's working those tables. He's either a degenerate gambler or a dingling slinger or a combination of the two. When he
All of
told
it.
Jack, he said, you can get whatever you want. You want a little boy? You want a girl? What you want? You can have. You can, which color you want? Like it gave. You're too familiar here, and I don't.
It is. I've never stood on big business about Larry. I do feel like Larry is a distasteful degenerate, and I don't care what kind of privilege he's coming from. I don't believe Larry in any kind of way, shape, or form. No, not
Lord.
Larry.
Oh my gosh! Shout out to the 200 people in the building. Thank you. Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa,
But I
whoa.
will tell you this. I love the character growth because you would expect with everything that Larry has been raised by and surrounded with, why would you expect him to turn out, oh, he's noble. He's just so no,
'Cause he's not born.
naturally he's gonna breed in this environment and become just like everybody else. I think we're wanting this because oh, not little Larry from season one. No, this is Larry coming out of pocket. No, Larry would have her upstairs like a good old Gladys, seen and not heard, virginal, pure driven white snow, and I'm out moving and doing what I want because I make the money. I'm the man. No.
Now, y'all, they're talking about Marion's railroad bonds. Now, didn't the man take the bonds? Didn't the lawyer take the bonds? That lawyer who was a slewfoot who just wanted to get the next hottest, richest woman in the city who abandoned her in her time of need and distress.
Mhm.
Didn't he take the bonds? Y'all help me out because there were bonds in discussion when they were talking about the lack of her father's assets and how she had no money and all that little money she had was just enough to get to her aunties. But I didn't think she even had those bonds anymore. I thought that was part of her settling everything that, the father had left in that town. But
I don't think
somebody
she had to
who
do that.
Okay, yeah, because I'm like, I don't know. Now, Mr. Fortune, what the hell? I didn't have a picture of the exact train station, but imagine this is a train station. And imagine that he's given the opportunity for the paper because, when he sees her here at the game, he's like, I read the chapters in your book. I really enjoy your showmanship and your style. Like, I
Yes.
loved it, girl. I really enjoyed it. Are you not, you're not a newspaper woman anymore. You're not writing articles. Well, I'm taking my time here, where there's this opportunity and you can go here and do this for me. And she's like, cool. So let me go back. Let me talk to Agnes. And I don't know if I have that scene. So we'll talk about it right here because the way Marian pissed me off in this scene with Agnes, when she's talking about, my schedule and the opportunities. Heidi, go find something to do, please, ma'am, madam. Look at this dire wolf. Heidi. Oh my gosh. Anyway, when she goes back home to talk to Agnes, do you think it'll be okay? I have to take this time and go do this article. Marian chimes in and is like, "Oh, we have you. What are you doing? You have time to go? Are you sure about that?" And Peggy's like, "What do you mean?" Yes, I have time to do that. Well, are you going to be bringing the doctor? Agnes is like, what she need a doctor for? She's fully healed,
No.
clean bill of health. Girl, you're doing too much, too fast, too soon. Let's not act like top cop here. You're not even my friend like that. You don't even know me for real, Marian. So why are you taking such a vested interest? And we'll stop there because I forgot that slide. Tyra, talk to me about what you felt about
No.
Marian in that moment. Because, girl, what are you doing?
Marianne, we can talk. First of all, we can talk about this away from Agnes and them space. Please, ma'am, do not blow up my spot. Like, shh. So I don't tell you nothing. Marianne, please. Well, it's such and such. Well, who's gonna be there? Like, please, Marianne. Did we learn nothing from the shoes on down in Brooklyn? Please be quiet. That's why I don't tell you nothing to take you nowhere. But back to us taking our character somewhere else, just like they're taking Larry somewhere else, we are definitely taking Mr. Fortune somewhere else. Baby, you coming on this trip to do what? To corner and put them pressures all on Peggy about her cakes? Sir, what are you doing? Sir, I was appalled. Excuse me, Mr. Fortune. Mr. Fortune is tripping. Like, everything else so far has go. You can go ahead and take the super chat, Ashley.
Okay, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. You Martha? Both of mine? Ooh. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. When you get to it, how and why was Mr. Fortune wilding out on Peggy and Dr. K like that? He is still married. What? So I was going to get there after this point because, of course, I was like, wanted to address Marian because, yes, stay out of people's business, girl, because it was doing too much. But then when we get to the train station, she's got a ticket for one. He pop up with his raggedy duffel bag talking about, I'm going with you. No, you're not. No, you're not. And, he's, and Kirkland's there. And Fortune gonna say, hey, Mr. Kirkland. He said, it's Dr. Kirkland. Put some respect on my name, first of all. And the lady said she's not going nowhere with you. Well, hold on now. Slow down, 10 speed. Peggy says, listen, give me your questions, write them down. I'll take them with me to ask. He says, no, I'm going with you. Dr. Kirkland steps in and said, get behind me. Like, get behind me because no, you're not. Like, what? Ho, is you cool? Next thing I know, space and opportunity is up and we're getting yeeted across the train station. Is this what we're doing? We about to be squaring up in the train station. Tyra, go on. Talk about it.
I just can't. Girl, that couple saying ding ding ding, school's in, whoop ass. Like, because what you're not gonna do is this is so brazen of Mr. Fortune. This is like a little piece of out of character. Like, one thing between when they took the first trip and things happen, the close calls and the kiss and whatever, like this little close encounters, mishaps, this was intentional. Like, you were intentionally in your own little witty, sneaky, sly fox way trying to set her up to go somewhere with you alone, to put them pressures on her, to try to lay into Peggy. Are you sick? Sir, are you okay? This was disgusting. This was disturbing. And then the way he was just so comfortable, the daughter rolled up. Hey, Daddy, I'm ready. Yeah. We're going to leave in a minute. So, Peggy, about those Lakers. Excuse me? Or whatever little baseball team was out there. Like, first of all, Dr. Kirkland had me when Fortune stood there and he was all, I read your book and, it was just so great. You touched me on the inside part. Your writing was deep, like it always is, girl. Only you, Peggy, can hear words. Dr. Kirkland said, I know this motherfucker.
I know he had heart.
I know this ain't, boy, don't make me. Boy, I'll take off this top hat. This, between that and how he held his composure, and it was like, hey, I don't like your tone. Oh, that's unfortunate because I was being respectful. I was being polite. I can get ignorant though if you want me to. She's not going anywhere with you. This was so sneaky, and how upset he was. Like, no, that's mine. I took claim over Peggy already. We just ain't crossed that threshold yet. What about my wife and my kids? No, we ain't nobody. Don't worry about that. They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Because I want Peggy. Are you sick in the head? This was sad. I was so glad that Peggy, came off a little energy. Like, yeah, I'm not either. I go alone or I'm not going to do the story at all. Because this is what it is. And it was like, Dr. Clark was like, no, baby girl, look here, baby girl. You ain't got to, girl, be here when you get back. You ain't got to explain to me about nothing. Mm-hmm. I see why you didn't want to go. I'm going to be here when you get off the train. Because he might be waiting in the wings around the goddamn corner for all we know, all beefed up. This was sick.
Yeah, this was premeditated scoundrel. This was scoundrelly. It was something. It was a word that hasn't been invented yet because Mr. Fortune, and it was cute before. Like, it was like a dalliance. You know what I mean? Not cute, but we fell into it. It was happenstance. It was because of the circumstances. We were just through this traumatic thing. Now, this was methodical and premeditated and intentional. And you had all the gall and audacity. Not only did you not care about her reputation and how this would look, but literally you were worried about your own loins. And I like to posit as well that this was also about your jealousy that she has someone who's of her ilk that could actually be a potential suitor for her. I hated everything about this. I hated everything that it represented on the part of a Mr. Fortune. And I'm glad she ain't fall for the okie doke. I'm glad Peggy was like, well, I'm not going then. And she was standing on business. I love that. And I also like how Dr. Kirkland came in and was like, no, you ain't gotta, this is him. This is who this man is. And I see him for who he is and he can get this work.
Really did. And it's alarming because it's like how much of it was all about my writing. How long were you trying to, because he's been married or unhappily so or whatever. Because I think I can remember back, it took him a little something to go, well, my wife, oh, you're married. Yeah, I'm married. He don't ever say anything. And when you see the wife and how active she is and how career, it's like, it would seem like you would have everything that you need there. It's not like she's some docile woman who has no anything of her own or nothing malleable. She's a suitable woman. That's why Paige was like, oh Lord, she's not a woman. I got to get out of here before things go too far. This is this is a woman. She's a respectable woman, and you go out here like this. Oh, that means you're trash. Get far away, baby. Get far away. I don't even think I would have took the situation, because she still has to interact with him because she took the story now.
Yeah, she'll have to submit her article and him for edits and all of that, and they'll have to get together and have a writing session. At this point, Mr. Fortune can't be trusted, because if you were willing to do this on the sly without notice, like he just pops up with his raggedy duffel bag, like, come on, let's go. Like, oh God, that was so disturbing.
I don't think he expected that response from Peggy, and he for damn sure didn't expect Mr. Kirkland there to say, put that damn bag down. Go where? I got it.
Listen, and I'll say this.
On why did I get married? She can carry it. She carry her own damn luggage. Put it down.
Don't have me carry nothing. And outside of that, I really do think that she'll. Well, I don't know. You guys are talking about his wife in the thing. Is she incarcerated? I don't know anything about that.
When?
I don't know anything about that. And you guys also mentioning Dr. Kirkland. I feel like this was a testament to his will to stand up for Peggy. We saw a piece of it when we're talking to Mama Kirkland, and he's like, I know that's right. When he was talking to Peggy about, I want to be a wife, Mom, and I want the vote. I think he's got it in him. I think he'll be pushed to that point. I do. At this point now, after seeing this, because if he's not scared to go up against this 6 foot somebody man, I think he'll be able to let his mama know what time it is, because it's gonna come to a head.
Not even that. I just love that he didn't judge her, because he could have went like, "What is this? Isn't he married? Like, what? Why does he think he has the audacity or claim to come somewhere with you alone? Who are you, Peggy? Where have you?" It was like, you know what, baby? That don't even matter. They don't even matter, baby girl. Sign right here. I will see you when you get back.
Come on, I'll be right here. But also, the other thing over here, and we have to address the elephant in the room. Peggy's got this past, and this past ain't going away for as much as we want to. Outside of her not being the right color for Mama Kirkland, outside of her parents being attached to slavery, outside of that, she's sullied in the eyes, I'm sure, of Mama Kirkland. She's had a child. She's been married and is no longer with that person for whatever reasons. This is kind of a storied history for a young woman of the time. How do you think, prediction, how do you think Dr. Kirkland is going to respond? Not his mama, but him.
So far, way he grabbed that suitcase. I feel like he's going to be understanding. He feels like he's been raised a certain way, but he's progressing beyond that to know that that doesn't equate to the type of woman that you are, or the type of wife that you could be to me. I think we're expecting something, or the mother, of course, Felicia wants something, okay? Because I raised y'all a certain way. I don't know why you bring her in here anyway. That's not, there's that, but I think he's progressive in a different way to where he'll be accepting of that. I hope so.
Yeah, Lord. I hope. He seems very tolerant. He seems progressive. He seems to understand. So we'll see. What I don't want to happen, which I think could ruin the relationship, is if he finds out on the find out. Like if someone brings it to him before she has a chance to talk to him about it. And I don't want that to happen, because now I feel like you lied to me. Like you're not telling me the truth. And that could be a thing. Yes, he did go to Howard A. Sis. He was over there. But now we are over here back in Newport. Aurora has been exiled. We found out that she got both the houses, but he got the community, he got the status, he got all of that. And my thing is, girl, find a cause, find a hobby, find something to do, because you have a cute coin. And honestly, I'm struggling with having empathy or any real concern for Aurora. And I know that's bad. When I think about Black people in the time who just had it way worse, I can't really, girl, you're taken care of. You're provided for. You just can't go to a party. And I get it. It's the time and it's society, and that's what the women had to do. Girl, find something else to do. Like you're set financially. Do you have empathy? Do you feel for Aurora? Does she pull on your heartstrings? Talk to me. Is it just me?
Girl, you already know when we open the season, I'm leaving you for her. I was like, what? I'm unhappy. I've been unhappy all this time. I never loved you a day in your life. Oh my God, Aurora, I hate you and I hate this house. F you and the white horse you rode in on. I'm leaving with my bedwarming wench across town. I was like, since when? Since when were you this unhappy? Really? It already felt jarring in that way to even get her in this position. But Aurora has never been like in strong enough standing just as a character in general to be like, oh no, not Aurora. And then I thought it was going to be really messy. I didn't think she would be left with, much of anything. It was like, no, I got pretty much all, the worldly possessions. I just don't have the name or the, community standing. I was like, well, girl, we can work with that. We can work with that. I mean, we do know, society and how much that means to her to not be in these spaces and circles anymore. But unless we roll Aurora over into being an advocate in this way, because I've been through it, and we give her character some more dimension over there, heartstrings, no. But it's messed up. Like, what are we like? Oh, she can't go to the high tea. Oh no. It's hard. Oh my God, girl, you gotta just live in Newport with all of the houses and the money. Oh no, Aurora, like, you will be okay, ma'am. You will be
She will
okay.
be
But
fine.
yeah, I want to see her flip this into something else, because I thought, because we put so much attention onto her character, that she was going to grow into something by now, and it's like, oh, Aurora was a different kind of emerging woman, and yeah, come on, Marian, come on, Gladys, yeah, Agnes, let's all, and it's just not happening yet.
Yeah. Now, I will say at the party, I did feel something. I just mean for her complete station in life. And I get it's not just a party, it's her entire social circle. But damn it, she's still provided for. I mean, there's just people at the time that just have it so much worse. Like, girl, you still gonna have your pretty dresses, your hats, girl. You can twirl in your house. You still have your family. They'll come visit you. Big Bertha's still acting like she's your friend. Like, girl. But at the party,
Oh, what I was gonna say, what made me I couldn't really focus on Aurora, because I was like, whatever happened to the lady from the first season who had all the money? I think her husband had passed on, but
the
she was like,
widow.
yeah, the widow. She was on the outskirts. She was like a community pariah. What happened to her?
I don't know. We just didn't see her as much. I think Miss Brooke made friends with her, right? Didn't
Yeah,
she
she
try to make
did.
friends?
And
It
she
was
was
Minnie
like,
Driver who played that
yeah,
character. Yeah.
it was our window to what it's like to experience that on that other side. I think that she would have fit really well here. I can't remember her name, but I was like, where is she? That's the only thing that made me, when she was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm a pariah. I was like, well, no, that lady, now she was a damn pariah, but she still found her way. It would be nice for her to maybe find solace there, to have someone
Yeah.
who's kind of been there and done that, to where she was one of the ones like, okay, yeah, she's excommunicado, Marian. Nobody talks to her. We don't move in those circles. Now you're over there, so you get to kind of bask in that too. But we have not seen her at all.
Chamberlain, that was her name. Yes. And Sarah,
Mhm.
she did. She moved out west.
Yep.
And so now we're at the party. And of course, the invitation was extended prior to the divorce. And all of that. But now we also have Miss Aster in the building. And you guys know Miss Aster's having the most issues with her daughter, who basically had a lover and had another man, and they were dueling. It was just a thing. And so basically at the end of this, I believe her name is Miss Fish, right? The one who was hosting this party, the chunky one. After Aurora goes home, because I'm not welcome here, I'll go. And Bertha tries to have a moment of dimension, whatever, cap. Miss Brooke takes her home. And my thing, I know Bertha was looking at Marian like, oh, okay, you gonna be my daughter-in-law, but you're doing this because we know it's never gonna happen. But now that we're here alone, Miss Fish pulls Miss Aster to the side and is like, listen, if you want us to continue to exile Aurora Fane, are you willing to cut your own daughter off? at the end of the day, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. And after all, this is still society, and that's still ruined, basically. Your daughter's been out here a-hoeing, and now we have this very public duel that's imminent. And so, you want to exile Aurora for really no fault of her own. But what about you and what about your daughter? And so what did you think of that conversation? I felt like that was a bold conversation for Miss Fish to have. Every time we see her, Miss Fish has always been in relationship to gossip and somebody else. She's never really the main character or never really holding anyone's feet to the fire. So I really liked seeing her in this capacity. What did you think of that moment and the scene?
Oh, girl, I love Miss Fish. Anytime she's there, it's messy. She be here for the tea, here for the mess. Like, yeah, I'm never missing a function. I'm never missing an opportunity to get to the mess. Well, since we're here, are you gonna, excommunicate your own daughter? I was like, well, are you? Like, it can't be a double standard. So if we have to do that, then we have to do it to all. It has to be equal. And I did also think that it was an olive branch kind of extended to Aurora because she didn't have to say that. Everybody's
Mhm.
so ready to get along, to go along. And, well, this is the way it's always been. But she's always just kind of been in that standing of, well, if you don't scream, I'm not going to holler. But since we're all here, blase, blase, blah. She's always kind of acknowledging the elephant in the room and always really honest in that way. But I do appreciate her character. But I thought it was a question because yeah, if we are continuing on like this, what makes your daughter any different? I wouldn't want to be in your shoes, girl. Think about it. It's like, yeah.
Think about it. And we see Miss Aster walk off like, oh yeah, well, damn. At the end of the day, Miss Aster will disown her child. I'm that sure of who she is at this point. Now let's go back over across the pond. Rats and audacity, because ho, you got nerve. You got nerve to fire my handmaid, and you have nerve really, talking to me this way when the Duke comes out and flat out says, you told me to marry a Yankee. You told me to do all this. Well, I didn't think you'd have to bring her back here. Like, now I got to try to make her a proper duchess. I have to do all of these things. It's too much work. It's beyond my pay grade. Our stock will plummet. Sister Sarah is diabolical. She's a diabolical wench who preys on Gladys's naivete and perceived weakness at this point. I really don't like this dynamic. Y'all know I think she is Cersei Lannister Jr. I think that they hunch. That feeling has not gone away. I'm just waiting for the evidence of it all to play out. But Tyra, how you got rat traps, rats, and all of
Girl.
this audacity? How? How you bougie and you got rats everywhere?
Gladys, what is this, honey? Girl, let's get out of here. Come on, Kenya, let's
The
go find you
ghetto.
a home. Girl, get out of here with this white refrigerator. The ghetto. Are you
The
serious? In
ghetto.
this dungy, like it was dark and seedy looking. Nothing about it looked robust and like wow. Though we have a
Mm,
castle and all this land, it
dilapidated.
wasn't it wasn't giving glamour. That's why she was like, so what is that? I've never seen the white. Just like, oh, so you've never seen a rat trap? Like hell no. No, we don't not where I come from. But I'm like Gladys, come on, baby. She has no power here. None.
None.
She has no power. She doesn't. Come on, Gladys, girl, Gladys. Like, and then the way she went in about the stars and Gladys's hair, I was like, Heifer, Gladys, come on. But this is who she is because there is, such a disparage in the age situation, and she so easily reverts back into being a child all the time. It's just like take that on. She's damn near almost about to tell her yes, ma'am.
Mhm.
Because that's all she knows, and it's just very very difficult in that way. But I can't wait for the moment because clearly, and he's not much further. I'm like, what are your dynamics? Because why couldn't she keep her maid? Well, why? But I like her hair. I thought it looked nice. Well, what? Like, do you know who you are? Like, what is the situation to where it seems like she's running the household when she should be the one with the least power? I don't
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm hoping that it's not over there with the Lannisters or none of that, and it's not that kind of party here. Where you coming down here with your mutton stew, whatever the hell that was. Well, I just like, oh my god, take me home, get me out of here. Let's go find you a home, honey. Get me out of here. I just want her to stand up, but we know who's gonna help her stand up via that trailer. I wish it didn't take that and Gladys realized who she was, but nobody's told her who she was. They always shaped her to mold her to be who she wants me to be. And she'll be so easily to fall back into treating this woman like she's Bertha number two. No, she is not your mother, she's not your elder. This is your home. Girl, get out of my face, rats and all.
Listen, get out of my face immediately. Thank you, TNT Bandit 5, for the $5 super chat. I needed Gladys to turn into Ike. You ain't got to instruct me to do nothing. I'm aware the diamond stars. Listen, I'm gonna wear my tiara. I am and am. Like,
TNT
you're
Bandit
not
said,
gonna fire my lady's maid.
I got some wigs. That's all that I ain't got. Say, Mr. Turner, can I instruct you to take a? You ain't got to instruct me to do nothing.
But no, oh God, I really hate this. We can't really expect much more because I think when you're in an environment like the environment that Bertha fostered and created in her household, ruling with an iron fist, not giving your child a voice, anyone who exerts power over she's going to submit to. That's what you trained her to do. That's the only training literally that Bertha has given Gladys, is to be a doormat and do what the more powerful people tell you to do, or the more, perceived powerful people tell you to do. So, I mean, she set her daughter up in the worst way in multiple ways. Like I said,
that's why I want her to stand up on her own, because regardless of what this is, your mom can't be here forever. If she's going to come back and do this and let me mention, but she can't be here at your beck and call and speak on your behalf, Gladys. Eventually, Gladys is going to have to stand up. I'm just concerned with what it's going to take for Gladys to kind of act up a little bit.
Yeah, I want her to show her behind finally. And I get it. Some women went their whole lives and didn't show their behind in public, because they had to be prim and proper and kept and all of these things.
Damn hair on like she's a princess. Ma'am, please go away.
Lord. Maud beaten in the house of ill repute, honey, but she got a new name. And like I said, Larry frequents the hoe house so often that he knows all of the hoetries that are in there. He knows all the harlots that are on deck. And he said, you look different. Where's Waldo? I spy with my little eye a new hoe that I've never tried before. Aren't you Maud B? You the one that hoed Oscar out the month. All right, bet. But not before he tells Jack, you can get anything you want here. This is your den of sin. This is your house of pleasures. This is everything you want. You want to be a hedonist. This is the spot. You want a man, you want a woman, you want a little person, anything you want, I can deliver, baby. You can gamble over there. You can lose your fortune over there. I said, why would you introduce him into this world? This is not care and concern. You give this man with brand new money all of this at his fingertips and say, oh no. The woman said, you want to buy me a drink? Jack said, no. I'm sorry, no. You ain't got to apologize to that hoe. I knew Larry was problematic then. Tyra, talk to me about this.
She's like, come on up and see me sometime. The big boy, he was giving it at Mae West. He's like, oh my God, no. Jesus, God. No, I don't. Would you like some of this? No, I don't want any of that. Oh my God. I was like, Jack, just get me the hell out of here. This kid, like, ugh.
Run.
Ew. God. I expect nothing less from Larry. I don't know why you're so like, oh my God, Larry clearly frequents this place often. I think all the time that we haven't seen him in a business aspect, like what the hell has Larry been doing with all his time? I thought he wanted to be an architect. He'd been down in them dungeons, having his way, doing what he wants to do, partying, this, that, and the third, which is, whatever. But like in a business sense, what are you? And he's kind of fell via Jack into this money. So like what is it going to take for you to have to really show a good business asset, like prove yourself to be anything other than what we've seen? I don't think we've seen that out of him. This was very comical. I don't know what he thought he was doing, bringing no, even with or without the money, this just isn't Jack. Like I don't frequent these kind of streets. I'm a different type of guy. I'm already supposedly, I ain't gonna believe it till I see the cash in hand, the money in the account, but I'm a wealthy man and I don't even want to leave my job. Like I love the business family. I'm not that kind of man, and you bring me into this whole house of degradation. Child, please. Maud beaten and her trying to hide, like, girl, how quickly the mighty has fallen. Girl, how you end up
Mm,
here
mm, mm.
after being a swindler? How do we get here? The swindler clearly got swindled, and we wound up here. This was this was entertaining, but Jack was everything. Like, oh my god, like, would you like some of this cat? No, no, thank you. I don't want any of that. I was like, Jack, I said, get me the hell out of here. I like a respectable kind of woman.
Jack said, no, thank you. And we need to work on his choices in women. But yeah, I didn't like any of this. Like I said, it opened up my mind to a world of possibilities. And outside of this, let's talk about Larry and his loose lips that sink ships. Because why would you dare go over into the Van Rhijn house and tell all Jack's business? Yeah, we closed that deal. I'm
Yeah,
surprised he didn't give him the dollar amount, but
yeah.
downstairs, the cook done told everybody $300,000. Armstrong almost passed out. So now Jack's in position that the boss knows, which kind of may thwart his plans to stay on working there, because the way Agnes is acting, I don't want him working here and he's got all that money. Like, he should be, whatever. He's got more money than me now, and we're going to deal with that issue. But then also the staff being privy to how much he made. Why would Larry go over there and say that? And then what is Jack going to do, now that everyone knows the tea?
I didn't like that because everybody's family until some money gets involved. I'm just hoping that it doesn't result in, well, I invested such and such. Don't I deserve a portion of whatever because nobody expected it to ever be that much. I'm hoping everybody acts accordingly and nobody being like an Agnes or whomever else. Well, I own 41% of this company. Like, girl, not all about a dollar. But I just hope it isn't that because because it's Larry. Like, I just as soon as he went over there and opened his mouth, I was like, can you please, just because you want to shout it from the rooftops, acting like you ain't never had nothing or been nowhere, that doesn't mean I wanted that for myself. And it was a whole like, just want to keep this low and act accordingly. And you went over there and blabbed it. I want the money to be in Jack's account. Okay, I need the money on Jack's person because I just hear a whole lot of talking. When will the money exchange hands? When will I have it for myself? Jack better get his money, I swear. If Jack does not get his money on behalf of Larry or anybody else, I swear, boot to face. Cause what? Jack better get his money. I don't
Tyra
know.
said, run the funds. Run
Because
the
it's just
funds.
so much talking, and I haven't seen any money exchange any hands. I'm in these little circles, and oh, live it up, spend it all. Oh, that's just pennies in comparison to what you have. You're a rich man now. I don't have the money yet. Where's that? I don't
Where's
know.
that? And I see the comments, you guys, as far as Maud Beaton, but let me propose this to you and let me set this in your laps. The fact that Maud Beaton was just a pawn. She's a hoe now. She was probably a hoe then, being pimped out to orchestrate this grift, right? Because we had the man who was actually talking to Oscar. I think we had another type of handler that was there, like watching the door, being the driver. So I think she's been a hoe all this time, and not a hoe in the sense like if you watch that show Harlots, or if you watch like 1,000 Blows, where we see like real hoes who was about their coin and was working independently. I mean, she a hoe, need a pimp. Like, I feel like she really probably didn't have any autonomy over the situation. I think she was a pawn that was just used by men to rob people. What do you think about that, Tyra? Or do you think because why would you be back here in the hoe house in a couple months? You stole all the Van Rhijn's money, all of it.
I mean, most definitely, you would want her to get more because of the role that she played. It couldn't have taken place unless she was there. But if she was already a whore and she was propositioned to be there, maybe this was just like another John type situation for her, and this has just been her life. But I think the issue is going to come to where when who comes around asking and looking for answers, that she's probably not going to be able to give him because I was just doing my job. I was just doing what I was paid to do.
Yeah. Yeah, Lord have mercy. Jesus. And we're back over here with the candles, the lady stealing watches, and we got more seances. But now the seance said, this was a fast love, right? You guys met really quickly. Well, he says he loves you. He's always going to love you forever. Oh, that gives me so much peace. Let me go back home and tell Agnes I can wear violet now. I can wear lavender. this was supposed to be a sign that she's moving on, I suppose. Tyra, I'm over the seances. I don't want to see near another one. Cause stop it.
Oh, I'm hoping so. It's very alarming. If that lady got away with that watch, if she sees a sucker, she's gonna come back to lick it again. Ada, please. Ada, please. I need somebody to step in before we lose the money. Can we please, just because I'm hoping that we never see this woman again. I'm hoping we never see her again. But the way we're having Ada kind of lean into these events for closure, what else can she come and say to you and have you, open up that pocketbook again? I don't know. I just don't want Ada to lose her funds and lose her mind. All haven't we suffered enough, Ada? Just please, somebody step in and do something. Hopefully, it's Agnes, but I hope it doesn't step on whatever closure she's trying to have because she's really stuck. Well, she's like, yeah, I could wear, some pastels, moving for a little lavender, some greens, trying to come like, yeah. If you're getting this closure to move on to say that you want to stop mourning and wearing black, you don't need to see this woman again. But I don't believe she returned that watch, Ada.
I don't either. I don't either. Desi, this heavy on this. She needs a power of attorney. She needs a guardian. She needs a guardian ad litem. Like she's a kid, a court appointed, because I just really feel like a fool and their money soon parts. And and it definitely was. Archaico
Mhm.
spiritualism was very prevalent in the 1800s. People were still
What?
tapping into their ancestral, spirituality and all of that. But Ada, being a devout Christian Protestant, I guess, because he was a Protestant priest, right?
Mhm.
This would not be something that man would have done or even, communed with, and this wouldn't be something she would do.
No.
I just think she's desperate in her grief at this point.
And my thing is, the lady hasn't said anything that your common person couldn't. Oh, so you're a widow. Oh, yes, I can tell. It was
Turn
a
all the
short.
way.
Yes, yes. Oh, he loved you very much. He thinks about you all the time. He said he wants you to go on and flourish and live a quiet. Really? Can I talk to
Do it, please.
him? Please.
Lord have mercy. Shout out to the 250 people who are in the building. Do us a favor, and whatever side you're watching on, please like the live. That does so much for us. Drop a comment, put something in the chat, y'all. We like it. Now, this is my question to you. And this is what I need. I love Jack. Like, Jack is like my little baby, my little put him there. Like, I just need him to be great. I need him to win in life. And I, too, need a welfare check because I saw him go in to the den of sin, but I did not see him come out, Tyra. I need to see where my baby's at. I need to make sure coin is in place and that he's good. But here's the question. I'm asking this to you and to the viewing audience. Will Jack stay rich? Tyra, what do you think?
Is Jack rich now? I don't see the money.
Assume he gets the money. Will he stay rich? Assuming he gets it. Assuming he actually gets the money.
If he gets the money and gets away from Larry, I presume he'll be able to keep some of the riches. The closer we stay to Larry, the closest we'll get to losing our money. I just don't trust Larry making sound business decisions. It's just a lot of talk. And just to have Larry utter something like what's in it for me and how he was so comfortable with, yeah, we're going to bust this down 50-50. Get their money. I want him to get more agile about, himself and his business and who he is, because you did build something to go and speak on his own behalf to make sure, I'm getting that money. Okay, how is it going to be, to spend? How is my portion going to win? When is it like he hasn't really asked too much. He's just really in awe of the fact that this was promised to me. I won't believe anything until I see it, but I do want him to get his riches and stay rich. It would really be heartbreaking if he got something or didn't get anything at all. Can we please? Or loses it as soon as he gets it. No.
Listen, I can't handle it. I will say this. Jack has proven himself to be prudent, to have discipline, right? He worked on this clock day in and day out. I think he's got all of the makings of a person who can keep wealth. And so I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say he's gonna stay rich. He's gonna get some wise counsel that's going to really truly help him manage everything. Lord, I need him to be okay. I need my Buki to be okay. Okay. Now we're back over here because before Larry gets out of town, he makes it a point to go and hit up Oscar and says, listen, I saw Maud Beaton. I saw her. She going by a different name. She's working at the Hoe House. You know I frequent the Hoe House, right? You frequent it too. So you know to go over there and, you know, you can talk to her and do whatever. And so Oscar's really pondering and ruminating on this idea of what am I going to do next? So what does he do? He has to sit down with his man who is financially supporting him, investing in him. We know the tea here, right? And I loved this conversation because this was somebody finally being real with Oscar and telling him the damn truth. Like, yes, the hoe took your money. She did that. She took the Van Rhijn fortune. But if she would have married you, you would have stolen her whole life. That was bars. I was like, all right, my man. He told the truth to you in that moment. Now, does Oscar want to hear that? No. Did Oscar receive that? No. Will Oscar go and track the hoe down? Absolutely. But to what end? Tyra, talk to me. What you think about the conversation and what do you think Oscar's next moves are going to be?
Laugh at the chat. Jack has those sad Victorian child ghost eyes. He looks like Jack is our little, corpse bride Tim Burton character.
Tim Burton character.
He looks like a Tim Burton character.
Me.
Baby, this man wants so much for Oscar to be a different kind of man. Oscar is not bygones be bygones and lessons learned. What does it matter now? You're okay. I got us. We're moving forward. Leave it alone. Oscar's going to try to go back because I need answers. So what happened? Well, where's the money? I think there's going to be blowback from him going back and not leaving well enough alone. Because why would he say, let's just move on? We were both, you were both taken for a ride. And she would have been taken even more if you had, whatever. Basically, maybe want to reconsider living in a way that we spoke on before. We don't need to swindle or get close or have a lavender or whatever. Let's just, be low key about our lifestyle. Yeah, I don't think well enough is going to be good enough for Oscar, and he's going to try to go. I just don't know what's going to transpire because he's going on down to the whole house to ask what happened to my money. Like, please. What we don't need is for our secrets to get out. Can we not?
I mean, they're no Louis and Lestat. I'll tell you that. They're no Louis and Lestat.
Not at all. This isn't that. And we already been lied to and swindled. We don't know what all that she knew to begin with or who's in what space. Like, we don't need the threats of our lifestyle. Just leave well enough alone. But this is Oscar and he's not. So
yeah, Oscar is clearly, he's not prudent. He's the opposite of everything that Jack is, in my opinion. Oscar is just a rapscallion, in my opinion. I think he's going to end up in the gutter because he brings everything down around him. And I think this is his voice of reason. And I think this is a person who will tell him the truth. But again, we know Oscar, he's into ruining things. So he's just a perpetual F up, in my opinion. And I don't see it for him. I never have. Never will. Finally, let's get on over here to these people. Because now Bertha's concerned. What's up with the money? What's going on with the money? What's going on with the coin? Mr. Russell, Bertha, now you want to know? Don't mess with me. And we got a letter from Gladys, and she's terrible. She's miserable. Like I said, and it's all your fault. You cuckolded me in my own house. You popped that cat open for that man, basically flirted with him in front of everyone, and I feel emasculated. But on top of that, I might not be here when you get back because I'm sick of your this time, Bertha. I don't believe you, and that's the problem. When you come back, I just might not be here. Where you gonna go, full beard? Tyra, I may be gone when you get back. Talk to me about this last scene, the interaction we see between Mr. Russell and Bertha. Is it too little, too late for you as well? Because it's too little, too late for me.
Sure, she already did. I know it's never too late and too little to hit that like button. There are currently 155 people on my side, and I only see 65 likes. Why y'all being cute? Yeah, don't be coy. Don't be cute. Hit that like button, please. Show us some love. Hit that like button. This felt so Casablanca. Frankly, my dear, I don't give. It was very Gone with the Wind. I thought he was gonna say, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. It was so dramatic. It's like Bertha never considered at all that anything that she's ever done could backfire on her. Like, it's just going to be this way, and I can just fix it. I could just put a Band-Aid on it. Maybe I can give him some of this cauldron magical kitty and have him be sad. Because she's been, been my divorce. How about that? And pork chops. Um, this was crazy. Are
Crazy.
you not going to attest for your part in this? Like,
Mm-mm.
I just can't. I can't believe him. I can't believe you, Mr. Russell. Mr. Russell is acting like the rug has been pulled from underneath him, and you are here flaunting. What did he call her? A what flower? I said, "Oh, you just called me out my name. What you call me? Who you calling the flower?" I said, who you calling the flower, Russell? This George is crazy. I just can't believe that he is so bothered when he's dug himself into this hole, even in the financial sense. Bertha has no part in that. She doesn't go there. And we may touch the money when we shouldn't be in this, but business decisions, those are all yours. And you've done this. And now that things seem shaky, oh, you've ruined this. You've emasculated me. I've let you, bear the burden and carry the family for far too long and make the decisions I knew I
Oh,
shouldn't have. What? Since when?
Sunday morning
Since
quarterback.
girl, this
Monday morning
this
quarterback.
this
Monday
was
morning
just
quarterback.
loud, wrong, and all outside. And the way that Bertha was just the way he was just trying to vouch for Gladys. Well, could you go and see? I don't need you asking me questions. And it was like they had been here before. I don't owe you anything about our finances. Like, I don't have time to coddle and coach you from where we're going. Just let me do this. All I ever needed you to do was handle the children. Really, just Gladys. You couldn't even do that. Oh, you just ruined everything. Yeah, but you had a role to play. And now that money may be shriveling up and he's unsure, now everything's Bertha's fault. This was crazy. I couldn't believe him. Like, you act like I ruined you. Did I help? Yeah. But did you stop me? No. Did you really make a joint effort to cease my behavior or pull me back or just tell me what I could? No, you let me reign. And now that the house is falling apart,
Not reign
now
supreme.
I'm to blame and I'm not going to be here when you get back. She's like, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to fix this. I'm going to, girl, this is your man. This is your wife. I don't know what this means. Like, what do you mean
That's
you're
your
not gonna
man.
be here when I get back? Where are you going, George?
Over there with Turner. Over there with Turner. Because listen, here's the thing. The blood magic wore off, right? And we saw it wear off when she tried to offer that hot sex on a platter just to get you wet. And he said, hell no, I don't want to sleep. I'll sleep in my quarters. I'm not asking to sleep in your bed no more, ho. And we already knew that was like the slow disintegration of the marital bed. But my question is, where are you getting it at now? Because you got all this fire and desire. You got all this Grecian full beard. Where are you putting that beard? How is it staying moisturized, Tyra? Because clearly it's not Bertha over here. And now that she's crossed him, right? Because I think everything is well and good when things are well and good. When her divisive and terrible behavior served him and his purpose and left
Yeah.
things, good on the home front, we cool, right? He'll go to war about her. Like, oh no, you won't go over here. I'll buy everything. I'll buy all y'all. And now we're like, oh, it's all your fault. I hate you, you skis and hoe. You played in my face for the last time. And it's like,
He's in hole.
I think this is the culmination of his imminent ruin, is what it
Yeah.
feels like to me, and him feeling that and taking it out on the closest thing. Because let's not make any, qualms about it. He has enabled her for
Yeah.
years to be as nasty, terrible, and mean as she is. And this is just desserts, in my opinion.
I just like but I'm just I was just kind of a little flabbergasted. Like, really? Now everything's Bertha's fault? A lot of things are Bertha's fault. Your career choices and how you're moving business wise, because that's why you're really mad. It's not Gladys.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. It's never. Let's be honest. It's never been about. Nobody's ever gave a damn about Gladys.
No one's caring
Nobody
about it.
cares. It's not that. Now you want to stand up and I won't let you ruin our son the way you ruined Gladys. She's miserable. See, look at this. I won't let you. Like, you've made me less. You've made me look weak. You made yourself look weak. I didn't force you to do anything. If you were being controlled by the magical powers of Conjure Coochie, that is your fault and your fault alone, sir. I don't know what she was doing to you in them bedrooms to have, that much control over the dynamic and make those decisions for Gladys, but you allowed them nonetheless. And like I said, all that flirting she was doing, and like he act like she put her coochie on the table.
That's what she
If it
did.
had worked and that man had acquiesced to that business proposition,
She would have been fine.
Bertha, I knew you could do it, my love. She would have been sunshine and rainbows. But since it didn't work and that man told you, yeah, she fine or whatever, but I still don't want your little funky ass proposition. Now I'm hell. What? Sir,
You're the worst
I
thing
don't
ever.
know. I don't know. I don't know. What does this mean?
The scum
Where,
between my toes.
where are you
And I
going?
mean, I can't lie. I liked it, and I might not be home when you get back. All right,
I'm
fine then.
gonna fix it. I swear. I'm going like, and then Bertha over there with a long face. I never saw this coming. I just don't know what to do. I thought I would. Did you not? Did you think you could reign in this way forever and go unscathed and things are going to continue to go your way? You dug yourself. She reigned. She was
Not she
reigning.
reigned like
She
Mary Queen of
reigned.
Scots.
She
Like
did.
her reign of
Did you
terror has
think how
ended.
long did you think that this could keep going and it wasn't going to affect your marriage or your bottom line? Like, girl, you never prioritize. You ain't prioritized them kids in the right way. That husband, the man had to beg for some cat on a rainy day. You weren't serving everyone. So now it's like, I can fix it, George. I'm going. What,
George.
girl? I just want to know where he at. Where you going, George? Who gonna moisturize that beard, George?
He already got somebody on deck and lined up, I'm sure of it. But you guys, that was episode 5 of the Gilded Age. Tyra, any predictions, any thoughts for episode 6? You know, we have 3 episodes left in the season. Let me know and let the people know what else you got going on this week.
Girl, why does it have to be a cute 3? I could be set for a cute 6 more,
I mean,
Whatever happened to a good 12 episode, 13 episode season?
they don't
Give
do
us
that no
something.
more.
They don't.
Oh, for
Prediction?
and just like that, they give it to us. For and just like
Oh,
that, they give us
different.
12.
It's different. It's different. It's different. I I really want to see what pops off when Bertha goes on down there all about her baby. Because what Bertha's gonna do, she loves to meet or match or stand. She goes just like she was trying to do for Aurora down at the function. I could leave. Like you all about business for everybody else but Gladys. I want to see what she does. Even if she's not really going there to stand on business about Gladys and it's really about saving this marriage, or she's gonna meet like, oh, this is a formidable opponent. This lady thinks she's somebody. Let me tell you who we are and who Gladys is and what you aren't in your own castle. I think that's gonna be tea. But like, are you really who? Are you really there in what capacity? Because you never gave a damn about what Gladys wanted. That's gonna be really interesting though. Um, I want cash in Jack's pocket immediately as soon as the episode opens. Okay, how many episodes are we gonna wait to exchange those funds? Because at some point, I'm gonna just feel like he's not gonna get his hands on that money, and we've been getting all choked up about it for nothing. I want to see that happen. And I want to see, Snow White. I want to see Snow White and why she has this cake on her face, all about Larry. Because what was taking? Let's please not act like Larry's an angel. You know who Larry is, ma'am, ma'am. You really think, yeah, you may be pure as the driven snow, but Larry is not that. You know what you're getting. Don't let that be the reason. But I want to see how far that goes as well. But tomorrow we get on off into our Game of Thrones streets. We are pretty much where are we in season 3?
I don't know, episode 8, maybe 7 or 8, I think.
Yeah, we're getting towards the Red Wedding. I know that. I have never seen Game of Thrones. I've been waiting for the Red Wedding episode, so please be in attendance for all of that, please.
For sure. And only thing I'm concerned about is the confrontation between Miss Scott and Mama Kirkland. I'm ready for that conversation to be had. I need all of that. I need that. I need the Newport Blacks. That's all I care about at this point, really, guys. Everybody else has disappointed me vastly. I want to go back over there with them. I definitely think Oscar's going to confront the hooker and we'll get nowhere fast because, again, that wasn't her brainchild. I don't believe that in my heart of hearts. I think Larry will probably see him doing something in Arizona. I don't know. And Mr. Russell, maybe we'll see him get some new cat and get that beard moisturized. Bertha will definitely be in Europe with her daughter going into to run interference, I suppose, and maybe give her some life skills that she should have given her many years ago. But that's all I got for it. And don't forget, make sure you're subscribed though. Please like the video if you can after it ends. Make sure to drop an actual comment. That helps us so much. But subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss a thing. And thank y'all for being here. Still 263 of you guys in here. We appreciate you tonight. And we are here every Monday night to talk the Gilded Age. And we're thinking about doing a watch party on Sundays. Let us know in the chat or in the comments if that's something you're interested in. The collective Discord The QR link is right there. Join the family. We watch a ton of stuff over there. And if you're a member, you can join with us. But thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the support. And we will see y'all in the next video.